Hey, what's up, YouTube? Lighting Trends here. Got another engine bay build, and we're going to be focusing on that today. Okay, so some things you're going to need to do installs like we do are Permatex adhesive. We use clear. We also use black in some circumstances. We also use dielectric grease with all our connections to prevent corrosion, dirt from getting in, water, permeation especially. We're here in the Northeast, we use salt and we get a lot of rain. So this is a lifesaver. Okay, some other things you're gonna need is 4-inch zip ties, 6-inch zip ties, Tessa tape for wrapping your wires on the inside, Tessa tape for wrapping the wires, especially in the engine bay. This is abrasion resistant and it's also heat resistant. Interior, keep wires from making noise on the inside. You always want to have a good set of cutters on hand. The sharper the better. Here at Lighting Trends we use heat shrink. Get a good mechanical purchase on the wires you're connecting, and it waterproofs connection. In order to use these, you need a good set of stripper crimpers. We get these from our favorite tool guy. And you're also going to need a decent torch in order to shrink your crimps down after you install them. So, putting lights across the top of the engine bay so we can light up this beautiful blower here on this Hellcat. But I need a reference line right below the weather stripping where we're going to mount it. So what I like to do is take a construction pencil, came from the orange store, and I take the pencil and I scribe a line right across, right at the bottom of the weather stripping. And I'll show you why you do that. I'm not going to go all the way over. That side's already done. I just wanted to show you how I did this side. So now, you pull up your weather stripping, and here's your line. Right here. Right along there. So now you can mount this because it has to be below the hanger for the water catch on the top of the Durangos. This also would apply for Jeeps and Chargers. They have the same piece. Once you have your line scribed, you can now lift this piece up out of the way. You might want to prop it up. I'm going to use my pencil to keep it up out of the way because the sticky tape they put on the back of the strips will not stick to the fuzz on the heat shield that they put in here. You always have to mount it with zip ties. So hold your strip up against your reference line. You're going to drill holes above and below the solder joint in your strip. Do not, under any circumstances, put a zip tie between the lights where the resistors are. You will fry the light at that point, so anything beyond that point will not work. So always use a solder joint. There's a solder joint every 3 lights. We like to make our zip tie attachment every 6 lights. So I'm holding it up against my reference line. Just like that. Put the strip on the reference. Drill a hole right above our reference line. Into the heat shield. Below the strip. What I do is I find my point, pull the strip out of the way so we don't damage it, and drill a hole. And that's all it takes. Grab a 4-inch zip tie. And because we don't want to see any of the hardware in the front, I always push them through from the back. Through my hole. It's a 1/8 inch drill bit that I use. Use a sharp one so it goes through the first time without making a mess. Go over the strip, back through the heat shield with the buckle behind. Okay. Start your zip tie. Just snug it. Don't pull it too tight and break the solder joint. Like that. Take a snip. Snip the extra off in the back. Now all you have in the front is a black line. That's it, which will disappear when the lights come on. You won't even see it. And push it down. Just like that. And continue on across the car. All right, installation on the front strip is fairly simple. We shortened one of our 1.5 meter strips. Very simply, clean the surface of the front of his radiator mount. Very good. We don't want any grease, any dirt, anything on there whatsoever. We use an adhesive promoter. After that, we treat the surface with adhesive promoter, and then you peel and stick. All our strips have 3M tape on it. They'll hold on pretty close to forever, but we want to make sure. That's why we use the adhesive promoter. This being a Hellcat, they get pretty hot in here. So as a little insurance, we also silicone both sides of the strip on and let it cure overnight before we do anything else. And that should pretty much make that strip permanent. Thanks for watching. And as usual, please like and subscribe.